Hello and welcome back to Elpis Exploits. Today we're going to be playing with the Grinder, which is a nifty little quest reward of sorts. You have to unlock it pretty early in the game by doing a quest from Springs over there. Now this interesting little invention will let you grind items of various qualities and get higher level equipment. When the Handsome Jack DLC came out, they made a few changes to this, which started to allow you to get purple quality items for class mods, shields, grenade mods, Oz kits, whereas previously you could only grind blue up to purple. Now you can grind purple for purple. In addition to that, they let you change, well, not let you change, but they changed the fact that previously you needed a purple gun and 2 legendaries to create a legendary. Now you can create legendary guns with just any 3 random legendaries. But this also applies now to shields, grenade mods, Oz kits. But I've read recently it does not apply to class mods. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I do not have a legendary class mod, so I unfortunately can't test that at this time. If I do get a legendary class mod, and I'm sure I will at some point, I will make another short video on it if you can in fact create them in this method. Now then, I'm going to go ahead and show you with the grenades. If you use the duping method from the previous video, you can actually make as many grenades in here, or guns, or Oz kits and shields, that you want. I believe the reason that they may have changed this is due to the fact that one of the major bosses in the game, and several of the mini-bosses in the game that dropped legendaries, such as the Oz kit, Oxidizer, and a few weapons and so on from Zarpedon could not be refarmed, because you cannot go back and farm her, and the mini-bosses disappear. So this lets you effectively grind for any of the items you may have previously missed. So with that in mind, I'm going to talk about upgrading and lowering weapon levels for legendaries. This will work if you have, say, a legendary that's at least 2 levels high, or a purple that's at least 2 levels higher than the legendaries. The way this works is you need, well, for this example, I'm going to use a level 27 rocket launcher and 2 level 15 legendaries. This will get me a rocket launcher, because if you put a legendary in it, it bases it on that type of weaponry. So it'll make it easier to farm a specific legendary if that's what you want, or you could use 3 legendaries for a gamble of weapon if you're using weapons, and grenades if you're using grenades. But that should already be self-explanatory. Now the way that the math works for this is you take the minimal level as a base, so 15 for this. Then you take the remainder here, which is 12, divide it by 3, and you should have a level 19 weapon as a result. So you can actually manufacture your own legendaries up to 2 levels of the purple that you use, which means if you're using level 50 purple, you can get level 48 legendaries, until you can find a level 50 legendary and grind, or duplicate that and then grind it in here to get level 50. Now if you make a new character and want to equip them with some legendaries, you can do that just as easily. This method, the math for it rather, is you take a total of the level, in this case 47, and then divide that by 3. So it would be a level 15 weapon. In this case, Core Logan's gun. Moonshine. It's interesting. So that's a good way to go about getting legendaries if you haven't found one in a long time and need some upgrades. This obviously only works for legendaries because you can use the purples with the legendaries themselves. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for the rest. So that about covers everything for the grinder, as far as grinding for legendaries and so on. But it's pretty nice that they took off the restrictions for that. There is one exception to weapons that you can get from the grinder. The only weapon you cannot grind, and the only weapon that you cannot get from the grinder, is a legendary called the Excalibastard, which I will be covering in my next video in this series. So I hope you'll join me then. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below, and I will answer them as soon as I can. So, take care, and farewell.